I mean, we're just pensioners coming up here to say we don't feel safe with these men coming into the building. Any men, we don't care who they are. If there's 300 men going into a building, Irish, English, whatever.
The oldest neighbour is 93. Next neighbours on my road are 85, and a husband and wife 85 and 82. And it's going back, 80 and up to 70s. And I'm no spring chicken myself, but I'll be the next generation of old people. It's going to have an awful impact on people. The old people are afraid to go outside their door, because this was a walkway for everyone, going through the factories, down through Royal Oak, around by Santry and back up the main road. And that's what my husband did for years when we had a dog. And he's not going to be able to do that anymore, and I wouldn't let him. My husband came round at 8 and he had an altercation with one of the policemen, and he's a retired guard, the detective himself, and he has a remarkable clean sheet. So my husband says he never seen anything like what they'd done last night. He says that wouldn't have happened in his day. He says smuggling people, he says, in the dark of night, that's not on.
We just heard banging and we turned around and they were pulling the canopy that we had apart, and the chairs, they were throwing the chairs like they were feathers. They were just slinging them across the road, and the canopy, they ripped the whole thing down, and the poles, and they just threw them out of their way. But they ripped all the stuff apart. It was absolutely horrendous what they did. It was devastating. Absolutely devastating. And then they were trying to chat to us, like as if nothing happened. We said terrible things to them.
The government and the media seem to be pushing this far-right narrative. What do you say to that?
Oh my God, look at the people here and tell me they're far-right. They're just people that are concerned about their kids, their community, and looking after each other. That's what we are. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing extreme about it. It means nothing to us who they are and what race they are. It's more the fact of putting 300 people on top of us and expecting a really good outcome, which isn't going to happen. Let's be honest, Let's be honest.
I didn't even know what far-right was when we came up here to protest. I mean, we're just pensioners coming up here to say we don't feel safe with these men coming into the building. Any men, we don't care who they are. If there's 300 men going into a building, Irish, English, whatever.
Tell me how the residents feel about what the government seem to be doing in this area.
They feel they're just being underhanded, because everything's done underhanded. We're not being consulted about anything that's going on. And like Roisin Shortall, she's a waste of space. And like the guards were supposed to be neutral, but they were in cahoots with these all the time.
I'd love to find out, Leo, are you losing your mind or something? Like, why is he letting all these people in? I'd love him to answer that question.